You obviously love Trump, and you're a great defender of his. But when you saw that tape, what was your reaction?
Look, I have two brothers. I was in sports, so I was around a lot of athletes. This truly was two men who had what they thought was a private conversation talking about an attractive woman. He calls it locker room banter.
Do your brothers talk about grabbing women by the genitals?
I don't know what they talk about specifically, because when I walk into the room, they stop those discussions.
You know your brothers. You believe that they talk about grabbing women by the genitals and laughing about it and doing whatever they want to them?
But what I will say is I've also been around a lot of famous athletes and Hollywood celebrity types. And that is the entertainment culture. This was just discussion. This was two guys having a discussion. Nothing actually took place. They were words, and they were 11 years ago. The bigger point here...
He was 59 years old then. It's not like he was 20.
Well, no, absolutely. But he's still two men having a discussion, a private discussion. Megan, we can have private discussions. Women have private discussions, even at my age of 40.
I've never had a discussion like that in my life.
Maybe not.
A bunch of horny guys.
I think my own view on it is you want to make sure you're mature, you want to make sure that you care about the other person, and you want to make sure
you believe in premarital sex, right?
I don't have any problem with that.
You don't have a problem with premarital sex?
No, I don't have any problem with that.
So
my age of 40.
I've never had a discussion like that in my life.
Maybe not.
I don't have any problem with that.
You don't have a problem with premarital sex?
No, I don't have any problem with that.
So when you were in high school, you would only give hand jobs and stuff to your boyfriend? Was that as far as you would go?
I'm not talking about what I did with my boyfriends in high school.
Were you ever? Did any guy ever try to molest you or take advantage of you?
No, not
you got away. You got away from all that.
No one attempted to molest me ever.
1 out of every 4 women has been molested.
No roofies incidents. No.
Although I do watch my drink very carefully.
Yeah.
Be careful.
No,
I'm thinking of slipping something in your drink. So,
don't drink anything around
here. What do you think? I don't have anything in front of me for?
So I don't know. I can't tell if you. I guess you were having sex with your high school boyfriend.
I'm pleading the fifth.
How wild are you? Do you really please your husband?
I have a very happy, healthy marriage.
Would you ever dress up in outfits for him?
As I say, very happy, healthy marriage.
So you would?
Yeah.
In other words, you would be a naughty school teacher.
I don't, I feel like, here's my statement. This is what I want to say.
Go ahead. Let's have a statement.
I believe in what Kevin Bacon says, which is keep the fights clean and the sex dirty. You have a happy marriage.
You keep the sex dirty.
That's all I'm going to say.
What's dirty sex to you?
That's all I'm saying.
What's dirty? Anal?
Oh, my God.
I'm being serious.
I knew he was going to go here.
What,
They
Robin?
told me.
Robin's tried it.
Oh, stop it.
And Robin's very proper. She's a newswoman. She's got the same credibility issues.
I think maybe you have an obsession with that issue.
I don't know. I'm just curious where everyone goes.
Why?
And I'm not sure if did you just admit that you had sex with Kevin Bacon? Is that what you're saying? I don't understand.
You tell me, why is that such a fascination
for
you? Yeah.
I believe it's a sign of wildness in bed. Like, in other words,
Can't you be wild short of that?
Sure you could.
Yeah.
Sure you could, but I'm just wondering how far you take it. Like Robin, who's so proper.
Here we go.
My age of 40.
I've never had a discussion like that in my life.
Not.
Right.
There are a
Bill's
lot
not
of
your
attractive
type.
guys at Fox, but I generally am not attracted to
Who do you think is the
actors.
most attractive guy
I
at
think
Fox?
my old co-host Hemmer's a good-looking guy.
You like him?
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
All right, I'm going to give you a hypothetical.
Oh, God.
You have to have sex. You have to F one of these guys. You have to marry one of these guys. You have to kill one of these guys. Okay, you ready? Bill O'Reilly, Glenn Beck, Sean Hannity. Who do you F? Who do you marry? Who do you kill?
Is that my list? That's the only
your
list
list.
I get to choose
Bill
from?
O'Reilly, Glenn Beck, Sean Hannity. Who do you F, marry, kill? Start with Mary.
That's a toughie.
Who's
I guess
married?
I'm going to marry, I guess, Hannity. He's probably got the most dough and is the youngest, right?
Does he have the most money? He has more than O'Reilly?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so, because he's got his radio
tours?
show.
Oh, the radio show and he tours.
Radio pays very well, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he does very well.
Yeah, I got to get into radio. That's
right.
going to be my next career.
So you're going to marry Hannity.
Yeah.
Now you got to kill, and then you got to F either O'Reilly
Why
or
aren't I doing the effing and the marrying with the same guy?
Maybe, but yeah, this is the game. F, marry, kill. Everyone plays it. Sean Hannity, you're going to marry. Who do you F? Who do you kill?
Oh, Lord. I guess if I have to say, I'll put down, I guess I'll go with O'Reilly on the F, because he wrote a book that had some saucy sex scenes in there.
So maybe there's something erotic about O'Reilly. And then you kill Glenn Beck.
Yeah, because I know Glenn
I can see the headline over there now. They're running it on Fox Now News. It would be Megyn Kelly says she wants to kill Glenn Beck.
My age of 40.
I've never had a discussion like that in my life.
Not.
Who are interesting, who are smart, who will be good on television.
Did you ever think about being a stripper? Ever in your life?
No, and I don't think I'd be very good at it.
You don't?
No.
Would you ever get implants?
I don't think so.
Those are real breasts.
Yeah, these are real. I mean, they don't look fake, please.
Wow.
You know what's funny is when I got pregnant...
You're a C-cup, aren't you? You are.
My husband calls them killer bees.
Oh, they're B's. They look like C's to me, don't they? Tell her where that bra store is. They'll upgrade her.
Goodness. They'll make her a D, I'm sure.
Did you ever feel
Well, it's funny
pressure?
because we used to call them the killer bees, and then when I got pregnant, they became swimming seas, and Doug was frolicking in the ocean.
Really? So you and Doug still have a good sex life?
We have
Even after the baby, you know that's a real issue.
Well, there's a certain period of time where that's not possible. You know, after you have the baby, you're off limits for a while.
After the baby, you had sex during your pregnancy? Some guys
There
don't.
were no issues.
Really?
There were no issues. Yeah, I mean, everything's
Even in the third trimester?
My age of 40.
I've never had a discussion like that in my
maybe
life.
not
within the third trimester. Yeah.
You had sex?
That's all I'm going to say. But yes,
Wow.
we never had any trouble in that department.
No kidding. Husband's a real man.
You know, I have to say, I think it's Dr. Phil, says that when the sex is bad, it's 95% of a marriage. When it's good, it's 5% of a marriage. And for us, it's 5% of the marriage.
When you make love to if your husband had been small, physically, I'm talking about his penis, would you not have married? Like, was that important to you? Like, would you have said, like, look, I don't think I can live with a penis this small?
You're a great guy.
I reject the hypothetical. There's no issues there.
It's not important to you. Penis size is not
I've
important
never
to you.
had to choose. Let's put it that way.
Are beautiful women like you insecure?
We're all insecure,
You're
aren't
insecure?
we?
What do you think is your worst flaw? Because I don't see it. Unless it's your ass or something, I
don't
can't
know.
tell.
You know, there's a whole, like...